The only thing we talked about before the game was for both Steph and Draymond to get that first run in the third quarter. Last game they only played in the first half. DAngelo too, and so we wanted all three of them to get that extra run, bump their minutes up, improve their conditioning. But Steph looks like he's in midseason form right now.
Are you seeing more comfort from the young guys, more of a grasp of the offense, and just more of a sensibility out there?
It was great for us to have the Laker tape to watch the last few days, and we've had a really good week of practice. I think losing the way we did, not playing well, and then having a lot of time to really work on a lot of things has helped us, and the execution was much better tonight. 34 assists was great, and the ball was moving, and our young guys looked more familiar with everything that we're trying to do.
Steve, how different does this all feel so far? I know it's like game 2, new team, new everything here.
Everything is brand new. It feels, like the first day at a new school. It really does. It's bizarre. But mostly because of the new arena, also because of the personnel changes, but just our whole life, our whole routine, everything is dramatically different. And so we're all trying to get used to the rhythms and the ebbs and flows and life over here. So it's interesting. I just put on Waze every time I'm driving in, and it takes me a different way every time, and I have no idea where I am. But the phone helps me get here. I did get a parking ticket, by the way. That was my welcome to San Francisco moment. $78, yeah. Street cleaning, yeah. I didn't, this morning, I didn't know. Yeah. Now I know, but we'll see.
Okay, Steve. Steve, talked about Steph. With the new changes in the offense and the new personnel, are you expecting him to having a large offensive burden just to start the season at least because of all the new guys on the team?
He's going to have a large offensive burden all year. Just the nature of the roster and what we've lost from a scoring standpoint and a playmaking standpoint. So he's not going to play like this every night. We know that. So we've got to really work to develop our identity and our efficiency and keep working with these young guys. And tonight was a good step in that direction.
You're 1-for-1 in challenges now. Take me through that process. How do you alert the refs? I know you guys don't have the flags like football coaches, but do you like the rule also too?
I don't like the rule. I don't like replay at all. I think replay should be limited to the buzzer beater. At the end of every quarter, if you want to review the buzzer beater, that's fine. I don't like the review, but you can. They sent us the rules, and we've watched the videotape, and seemed like something I might as well try just to feel it. But you have to call a timeout in order to challenge, and so it seems like what you have to do is make sure you're not wasting a timeout on a play that's not worth challenging. So that's going to be a big factor if it's your timeout anyway coming up. If there's a mandatory coming up that's yours, or if you're on the bad end of a run and you see something that's questionable, you might as well take the timeout and review it. And that way, there's no harm done. If you don't get the call.
Steve, what did you think of the mix of having? I think at some point there was Jordan, Steph, and DAngelo out there at the same time. What did you think of that lineup?
They look great. We're obviously smaller in the backcourt than we've ever been. So defensively, we're going to be very challenged without Clay and Andre. But offensively, we've got some shooting. We got DAngelo can really shoot. And, Jordan has had 2 excellent nights shooting the ball. So he's had a hell of a camp too. And so we like our new guys. It's going to be a matter of putting all this stuff together, and I feel pretty good about our ability to score, and I'm mostly concerned now with continuing to work on our defense and see what we can do at that end.
Steve, when you see Steph playing, the way he already is in the preseason, do you even caution against ramping up his minutes even more now? Would you like to keep him right around 25 for these last 3 games?
I imagine he'll take a game off. Maybe one down in LA, and then I haven't talked to him about it. That's just a thought. But I think it'd be good to get at least the last game up over 30. Maybe 2 games up over 30. Same with Draymond and DAngelo.
Was that in zone that you were playing for a couple possessions?
Yeah.
And they scored each time, I think, against it.
Yeah, it didn't look that great. But, we'll play around with some different things defensively, and we'll see what it looks like.
Steve, you talked about the young guys. What did you think about Jordan Poole? I think he had a 19, and he was. I haven't seen a rookie like you guys had in a couple of years that just goes to get buckets. How did you feel about his game tonight?
I thought he was good. We like his aggression, and I don't mind him taking quick shots. I want him to feel confident and comfortable out there, and he's a very confident young player. So we're going to try to feed into that. And I thought he was great. I thought Glenn Robinson played a hell of a game too. He looks really good out there, and so I'm excited about Glenn and Marquise as well. Plus 18 in 25 minutes. He's had a hell of a camp. He had 11 boards tonight, 4 assists. Really good screen setter. So it's been an interesting camp. We've got some young players who we really like who we drafted, but also some new additions through free agency who I think can help us. So we'll keep going.
Steve, you mentioned Glenn Robinson. What do you like specifically that he did? And also, do you have any idea when Burks might be ready to play?
Well, I liked Glenn's aggression. I liked that he recognized on back-to-back plays as he caught the ball in transition to run a dribble handoff with Steph. That's always a good option. But that recognition is really important on our team. Some guys it takes longer to figure out. But when you come to this team and you realize the weaponry, the arsenal that Steph has, and the ability to shot make, you need to recognize the situations where he's a threat. And one of those is just catching the ball on the run and flipping it back to him because he's always moving. And Glenn did a great job of that tonight. He knocked down a 3, did a good job defensively, and so yeah, he's done a nice job in camp. As far as Alec is concerned, I'm not quite sure. He's getting better, but has not practiced since the injury.
Coach, you mentioned Chris with his screen setting there. He also had 4 assists, and I think he had something close to that in the last game too. How important is the screen setting and the passing going to be in your offense this year? And then follow-up question, do you plan to keep rotating the small forward and center spot, just testing different starters and things like that?
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. the reason I did it tonight was that Glenn and Marquise both had really good weeks of practice, and I thought they deserved it. So I'm not sure what I'll do next game, but as far as the offense, we're basically running the same stuff we've run. A lot of ball movement, a lot of spacing, and it's more a matter of the newer players getting comfortable with it and getting comfortable with each other. And I think one of the things I like about Marquise is that he's very comfortable at that high pivot, high post pivot, setting screens, flipping screens, running dribble handoffs. That stuff's not easy to master. And so he's got more skill as a passer and a screener than I realized. And so we're very excited about that. Any international incidents while the game was going on, or nothing to report? Actually, stay away from that.